There's two more things that I would have like played with if I was writing this scene. I wonder what little James's thoughts are on that. I wonder what, Eden's thoughts are on that.
I can see you're not as handsome as you said.
Welcome to Snipe Life, where we look at creativity through the lens of Christianity. And today, again, we're jumping into Season 3, Episode 6 of The Chosen. One of my absolute favorite points. Here we have Barnaby and Shula as they come and see Jesus, and they are both healed. This is actually one of the greatest points. There are some things that if I was a writer on The Chosen, I would have done, and we'll talk about that because I think there's some funny things that could have been happening here, and some amazing moments that I would have just died laughing about. But truly, this was a really great scene. I loved the way that they portrayed this, and the love that Barnaby has for Shula and the love that Shula has for Barnaby. I do wonder if there'll be a couple in the future. I don't know. So we'll see. We'll see how that ends up. But let's jump into it and see what's going on here.
I can never decide what is more fun. Watching you do the miracles or watching the reaction?
The miracles are so much better when the Pharisees are around.
All right. We need to get you to a new place.
Now, if we realize here, first of all, almost always we have the three of these disciples with Jesus when he's doing anything like really, really special or big. So during the raising of Jairus' daughter, they're there. During the transfiguration, they're there. And so we have these people that are like the inner circle of Jesus's disciples. They are the three that are technically like closest to him, right? And so if we look at the disciples, we have the 12, and then we have the three that are closest to him, and then John says that he's the closest, right? Even in that. And so we see the three of them again kind of being with Jesus in this special moment with Barnaby and Shula, and they're starting to become closer and closer with Jesus throughout this season as we see them kind of come to that point of being the inner circle of who they are with Jesus as those apostles. So let's continue on.
Is there a camp we should take you to? Or do you want to stay at Simon's again? Probably best to get you to a new place. Maybe with Andrew. I think it would be best.
Now, all of this was sparked actually from earlier on in the episode. Earlier on, Barnaby for the first time sees Jesus do a miracle. Now, technically, they've seen a miracle with Mary Magdalene as she was healed, but they didn't actually see that happen. And they haven't seen any of these other miracles that they've been talking about. They've just believed this whole time, which is actually a really powerful thing if you think about it. The only times that we've really seen Barnaby and Shula with Jesus is at Shabbat, when they're around and he's teaching different things. And, well, actually, wait. They have seen a miracle because they saw the paralytic in season 1 be healed. But technically Shula hasn't seen that miracle, right? She just heard about it, I guess. I don't know. We'll talk about that in a second when we get to the line after she's healed here.
Who is it? Why did we stop?
It's him.
Barnaby, we don't need to bother.
It's fine, Shula. I'm grateful you brought Barnaby here for the healing of his leg.
No, I brought her. She's the one who...
I know Barnaby.
Yeah, a lot of people think that Barnaby and Shula are married, but they're just friends, seems like anyway. I wonder if they're going to be a couple in the future. What do you guys think? Let me know.
Of course.
Are we shipping Bula? Is that going to be their couple name, Bula?
Please. She won't ask.
Shula, are you afraid to ask for healing?
Yes,
Do you have faith that I can heal you?
of course.
Then why haven't you asked?
You have so much to do, Rabbi. So many people need you more. I'm used to this.
Shula, look at me.
Look at you. I can't see you anyway.
I want to see your face. You and Barnaby have been so kind and lovely from the first time I met you. And your faith has been so strong, even though you haven't seen a miracle.
You redeemed my friend. Mary's miracle was so clear to me. I didn't need sight.
Now, So this is something that I was confused about, because I was thinking through the last seasons and I was like, oh wait, they haven't seen a miracle. But then it just occurred to me that they did definitely see a miracle in the healing of the paralytic, because they were definitely there for that teaching. But maybe he's saying they didn't see it because Shmuel pushed them out of the way? Or is he saying that she didn't see it because she was blind in particular, but that Barnaby would have saw it? I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? What are they trying to say there? Are they saying that both Shula and Barnaby hadn't seen miracles and that Barnaby saw miracles for the first time today because he wasn't a first-hand witness to what actually happened inside the house? I don't know. I don't know exactly what they're trying to say there.
I know. You see better than most in this region. But since your friend Barnaby here won't leave me alone...
And again, this is not a scriptural moment, right? This is not something that we like see in scripture, but it is a beautiful character moment, and obviously plausible that Jesus would have healed people like this, that he knew and that he was traveling with.
What? Did it work?
It's been so long. I'm afraid to look.
It's time, Shula.
So there's a couple things, if I was the writer of the show, that I would have done here. So I think it would have been really, really funny if Shula was like, oh, I still can't see. But then she's like, oh no, it's just tears in my eyes. You know, and then it just shows her with like tears coming down her eyes. It would have been so funny. But I love what she says to Barnaby here the second that she looks at him.
Did it?
Yes, it worked.
Yes, it worked.
I can see you're not as handsome as you said.
I can see you're not as handsome as you said. And the first thing he does is just he laughs at that. Like he's so excited. That's so funny. I can see you're not as handsome as you said. I love that part.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you can just see the love that Barnaby has here for Shula. He's excited that she's healed. And
I don't remember everything being so bright.
How long has it been?
Over 10 years.
over 10 years.
Thank you. Thank you, friend. What about him?
Yeah, I love how they ask for each other, right? Like they're just so nervous and they don't want to bother Jesus. They know that there's other people out there that in their minds, right, like deserve it more or are in worse condition or have worse maladies that need healing. And yet they're willing to offer up each other because they really believe that the other one deserves healing.
I'm fine. This is about you. This is about her. Some other time, maybe.
We'll see. You're a true friend.
Now, I thought so. There's two more things that I would have like played with if I was writing this scene. So as Jesus heals Shula, what if he healed Barnaby at the exact same time? Like he's touching Barnaby and he heals Barnaby and he heals Shula at the same time. And then Barnaby gets so excited that Shula's healed that he starts like jumping around and stuff. And then in the middle of him jumping around, he realizes that he's healed as well. I thought that would have been so funny. And then the second thing that I thought would have been even better would have been if Barnaby kept on walking with his limp for like 2 weeks as if his leg was like still hurting, right? And he didn't even realize because muscle memory, and like he's just like acting as you know, he thought that he would because he's not testing out his leg. And then like 2 weeks later he realizes that he was healed, and Jesus is like, yeah, I healed you like 2 weeks ago. It would have been so funny, but obviously this is great too.
Well now, friends, we must all get home. Barnaby, she will still need you to walk her home. It's getting late. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom, shalom.
Thank you.
I'll take this from you. I don't think you'll need it anymore.
Barnaby doing a backflip.
Listen.
Yeah.
Here it is.
My leg.
There it is.
Did you?
Of course he did, Barnaby. Who else?
And then this moment here is actually an unscripted moment that Dallas told Barnaby, the actor that plays Barnaby, he told him to go and like run and pick up Jonathan without him knowing. And so Jonathan's surprise here is actually like, you know, real surprise.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Barnaby. Now, get Shula to her home. You can do it faster than normal tonight, huh? No Pharisees around for this one.
Still, just as fun.
Agreed.
Very, very cool scene. I loved that moment. Now we can see that Shula and Barnaby are healed. Again, brings us back to some of the thoughts that we've had before. I wonder what little James's thoughts are on that. I wonder what, you know, Eden's thoughts are on that after seeing everybody being healed and all these things happening. And while they're happy for these people, it kind of brings that curiosity and that doubt maybe back in a little bit. But really, really interesting. I'm glad that we got to see that in this episode. Added a little bit of a punch to the end of the episode right before that scene that we get with Eden and Simon. A lot of powerful stuff there for sure. Hey, if you like this short part of our live stream, you can check out the full 5-hour live stream over on our Patreon at patreon.com/thesnipelife. This is literally the best way that you can help to support our ministry, and it really means a ton to us. You can contact us anytime through the chat on there, and you too could be like these amazing people that just joined our Patreon over the last few weeks. Thank you so much to all you amazing, amazing people, and thank you for supporting our ministry and what God has asked us to do.